Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shades of Reality. My name is Michelle, and we've got David and Daniela and June along with us in the Zoom room. We'll be doing this with no editing, so you'll need to put up with our ums, ahs, and ehs as we go along and any kind of weird things that we use with our accents. Um, so you'll have heard in our last episode that we left you on a cliffhanger. Daniela is okay. Are you not, Daniela?
I'm okay, still here. All good.
Still here, all good. And we stopped that episode, just kind of ran out, but we thought we would clear that up for you when we come back, just in case anybody's sitting there thinking, is she all right? What's going on? But today, what we're talking about is love languages. I don't know if you've ever heard of love languages before. It's something that I quite like, and I'll give you a little bit of information on love languages just now. There are five different types, and I'm going to try and remember them all off the top of my head. And the first one is, let's say, words of affirmations. So that's maybe somebody saying to you every day, having somebody saying to you, I love you, I care for you, it doesn't have to be anything that gives you the bulk, you know what I mean? But it's the words of affirmation that kind of resonate and sit with you and make you feel good when you hear that favorite person of yours maybe saying something encouraging to you, or maybe it is that you're having a wee tough day. And the people that know you send in those wee messages, or who loves to get sometimes, or send even, I know you're great for this, Daniela, a wee gift when you know that somebody's maybe under the weather, a wee image, a wee quote, or something that says, I'm thinking about you. That's where love's words of affirmation comes in. And people who tend to sort of score higher on words of affirmation are probably folk that like the quotes and like to have a wee feel good saying kind of hanging around them, and that kind of thing. And the next one I'll move on to is touch. And it is what it says in the tin. You like to have a cuddle, you like to hold hands, you like to feel close to someone. And I know for sure that my husband, for instance, his top love language, that's touch. So if we're walking down the street and he's not holding my hand, he's wondering if I fell out with him. No, that's different altogether. That's attachment theory. I'm only kidding. But aye, having that wee cuddle, having that sense of closeness, togetherness with whoever it is that you're with. The next one after that is quality time. So with quality time, it's who you enjoy spending time with. And I know that this is personally for me, this is my top love language. If, for instance, a lot of time's gone by and Martin's had a really busy week, and so have I, we've not seen each other, maybe we're passing ships in the night, I'm extra spicy and a wee bit grumpy. And when it comes down to it, it's because I've not really had much time with him. And it might just take going a walk or just being together or having a good wee blather or a cup of tea together, for me to feel, here, that's my love language. And I don't often go, oh, my love language isn't being met. But if I kind of pan the camera back a wee bit, I can tell it's because of that. Another one is gifts. A lot of people kind of cringe at gifts and go, oh no, that's not me. I don't want to be that. I'm not that shallow. But it's not just about gifts in the sense, so here I went out and bought you this nice perfume or bracelet or bit of jewelry or whatever. It's about the gift of a cup of tea, or the gift of making somebody's dinner, or the gift of saying, here, I know you like this wee bar of chocolate, so I picked it up for you. It doesn't have to be the big grandiose gift things. I was making a cup of myself, so I got you one in. That is where the gifts come in. And wait, I'm struggling. How are we at four? So we had words of affirmation, we had gifts, we had quality time, touch, and yes, we've got the five here, and we've got the gift. So I'm interested to know from you guys what you think that your love language would be. Now everybody can look; it's free online, by the way, and it's not specific to a kind of specific link. If you want to find out what your love language is, go and type it in after you've watched a YouTube video. Of course, after you've watched it, not during it. And find out what your love language is. I'm sure that everybody on here will be going on and doing a research for theirs soon. But let me open it up and ask you guys what you would consider your love language to be.
Michelle, is it very, 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 very selfish if you want a little bit of a mix of everything? Because I was listening to it and I had this idea that touch was the most important to me. But actually, I like all of them. In measurements, in the sense of it's very nice when someone thinks about you, touches you. Yeah, all of them. But maybe I don't know, it's just even existing. Or is it like the unicorn we look for and somehow it's a story, but nobody has seen it?
You make me think of Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates there, Daniela. You just
Me
don't know
too.
what one's going to be gifted to you. But no, you're right actually, because they're all going to have a bit of relevance to you. They're all going to score somewhere on the chart. It's just that on your chart, one will score higher than the other. For instance, me, for my own one, I know that mine is quality time at number one, but right next to it, right below it is touch. So if, for instance, similar to Martin, if we're kind of hanging about together, we are like an absolute sick in your mouth, hold hands couple. Like that's who we are. So I understand what you're saying, and I know that words of affirmation follow that because I do enjoy I enjoy sharing we quotes and words of motivation and words of encouragement with people as well. So it's not just about receiving; it's also about giving as well. But I totally agree with you. You can have you can have it all.
I think the thing that stands out to me is acts of service because I'm quite often busy and I spend a lot of time doing things for other people. Um, some by choice, some because I get paid for it. But yeah, so uh, I find that really nice when somebody does something for me. But I also see the value of the gifts thing as well. That speaks to me, and not just because not like in a material value, but sometimes it's if somebody gives you something and it shows that they know who you are because they've given you something that you really like without you asking for it. And it can be like somebody gave me a piece of rose quartz that they found, didn't cost them anything, but they knew that that was something that I liked. So that was huge. That meant a lot. And it was very valuable to me. And it showed that they knew who I was. So yeah, so I think that speaks to me. Hmm.
I think for me, the kind of words of affirmation, the more I was thinking about it, I've always been touched by words and the power of words and speeches and poetry. I think words can touch the heart in other ways that you don't even need to be with the person. Sometimes the words transcend lots of different things. And even I look at a love I had, and it's not romantic, but for my dad, a eulogy I done for my dad, and the words that touched that, it wasn't there, but it reached out beyond whatever it was. I think the power of words and the power of speech and what it can bring to people, it's very powerful.
You just gave me wee angel bumps from that there, David. I think you're right. I think that when we look back at all the kind of stories and things we've read over the years, books that have gone by for many, many moons, and we can see what people have written in history and then see the poetry and the real feeling, and then we can kind of hold that for ourselves as well. I love that.
And I think the fact that we're not together in a room, but our words are actually resonating just now. And it's from the heart, I think we're speaking as well. So the heart to me is love in all different ways as well. So words, yeah, I've always had a passion for words and language and the spaces in between the words as well, like music. Yeah.
When you're getting awful philosophical on us, where is the music made? It's made in the gap between the sounds. Absolutely. It's in those pauses and things, but the power of words and the power of speech and how we receive, but also how we give that as well, how we're giving out our words and what we're saying to other people for comfort, for encouragement, for love. even. But yeah. It would be interesting. I'm thinking that you've probably hit the nail on the head for yourself by saying that it's words of affirmation for you. I would probably agree from what you've said there. And what about yourself? What do you reckon you are?
I understand what David's saying about words. They're so powerful. But I think I'm going to have to go with June when June was talking about acts of service. When someone says something to me, word wise, it's lovely. I can take it on board, and it can really touch me and make me feel special. But when someone actually does something for me, takes their time to just help me out or turn up for me, it makes me feel worthy and valued. So yeah, I think acts of service are so important. It doesn't have to be something huge, but just sharing a load a little bit or turning up at a time of need, I think is just, yeah, I think that really, really gets to me. I love it.
Well, I think it's such a good thing as well. And do you know, I might be stereotyping the mammies here, right? Before we came on, I'd said about my mum, and I had asked her to do it so that I could find out what her love language was. When I had kind of learned about it, I was obsessed, and everybody I knew had to tell me what their love language was so I could speak to them in a way that they wanted to communicate. And it was interesting because my mum's came out as acts of service, and I knew right away that that's what it would have been. Because, like I'd said, if my mum's needing stuff done and I've gone and done it for her, it didn't matter. It wouldn't matter if I showed up with Maltesers and flowers and whatever else if she was feeling under the weather. But if I've come to help her, my goodness, she'd be telling all her sisters that I was the best one of the wains. You know,
Her favourite.
I'd be getting the big first place medal, but that's
Yeah.
it. It's about what it is that it does for you, because it's not that, you know, she, like everyone else, she likes to get a gift and things as well, but just that act of service pushes it a bit further forward for her,
Yeah.
because she knows
Just
that
for the
something
record, Michelle, I do like a bunch of flowers in case a certain someone listens to this. But yeah, no, a wee act of service goes a long, long way with me. It definitely makes me feel like I'm worthy and valued.
and a bunch of flowers now and again as well allows for you to feel that sense of appreciation along with it, doesn't it?
Definitely does.
I love that. Here we are, right? Everybody ready to drop your hints.
I
But
was wondering what David was. So words are very important to you, but then are you liking to speak very kindly or receive?
Suppose both. I mean, I was listening to what Anne was saying, and you know, acts of service is really crucial as well. And I suppose it's the word about being in that person's company as well, or I don't know what to give and receive. I mean, to hear the words and to actually write the words for somebody as well, because the heart is there. I'm very much in my Buddhist practice. We talk about treasures of the heart. So I can see the acts of service. You have to be doing that. But, you know, I'm kind of chopping and changing a bit here, but I mean, the words for me is the power of words, what words can do, in the sense of you can touch somebody's heart, you can make a difference. I think but you do need to be doing things. It can't just be, you know, anybody could talk in a good game. You know, there's lots of politicians who are very good with their words, but are they really doing acts of service? So I suppose you have to actually do things as well, but you can do things and express it as well through words as well. I don't know. I'm kind of stumbling about here, but
You're all right. You're safe to stumble because I think that's what it is. It's the giving and the receiving of it, isn't it? It's that part where you are letting out a part of your heart, but you're also receiving whatever it is that the heart-minded person is gifting to you.
I think it's the writing for me is cathartic in a sense that it's lived experience that I'm maybe writing about, that I'm trying to not say that I know everything, but just to say, like, I've been through it and I can express it through words. In my sense, I can express a lot of things sometimes through words. But that's just for me. Other people can express things through music or through other art, whatever it is. Um, it's maybe an easier way of expression for me. I've always been drawn to poetry. I mean, remember as a young boy, Burns, and I thought you can touch people with words. So yeah,
And I think that you hit the nail on the head when you said actions speak louder than words as well. So it's not that you're sitting there saying that you're going to come out with all this flowery words and whatever. It's more that you're saying, I want to act on that too. So the act of service will come in. We're interested to hear what all of your love languages are. We're interested to know if you can write in the comment once you've had a look and let us know, is it what you expected or is it something completely different? Aye, looking forward to hearing it. But for now, we'll say adios and we'll catch you on the next episode of Shades of Reality. Bye bye for now.
Bye.
bye.